Hey guys, welcome back to Worldbuilding with DMDave. I'm DMDave. So last time we were writing the actual adventure itself. We'd already found the map, colored it in Dungeon Draft, threw it into Roll20, designed it, we balanced out all the encounters for it. We even generated a basic story, and then I started writing it by first laying out the raw structure of the story. I wrote the introductory paragraph and the adventure summary. This time we are going to probably write out the adventure hook, how the characters get involved. So these are going to be a new band of characters. So looking back at our adventure notes, we want to make sure that the characters have an NPC the characters respect, ask them to go to an adventure location. Okay, so basically that's exactly what we'll have. The characters are in the village of, you know what, let's get a village. I'll show you how to make a village real quick. Kind of as a side here, but I think this is a pretty useful thing to know. I don't want to flesh out a village too much, and I don't want to go over the top with it because it's really not important. Really, it's just a jump off point for the characters. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to whatabout.itch.io. Okay. And What About is a guy named Oleg who creates some really cool procedural generation tools, including one-page dungeons, which look very much like Dyson's dungeons, believe it or not. Mansions. He's got a medieval city generator. But what I want is this village generator here. Okay. And this is going to create a random village for us. All right. And what's cool is I could put some trees in here, which I want. Let's see what some looks like. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. It'll even give it a name, St. John, population 660. Sure, it'll be St. John. I think this place looks pretty cool. 660 people, has a river beside it, a big road going through it, and we'll put like maybe the dungeon's like a day's ride out. All right, all I got to do from there is export as a PNG. Which it'll do, and we've got our town of St. John. Now we're going to give this town a little bit more life. Probably in between this episode and the next, I will put it into Roll20 so that we can reference it. Okay, characters are in the village of St. John. They've just started their adventuring careers and are likely eager to work. Their patron, you know what? Let's use some more cool tools. Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. If you don't have a copy yet, it's pretty cool. I think Xanathar's is cooler, but it still has some really cool stuff, and it has Patron Generator. So, and this will all make sense. We'd planned on doing writing, but I think we needed some more details first. So. It's the way things go. All right, so group patrons, page 83. Group patrons, page 83. Basically what this chapter does here, and it's pretty cool, it's going to give you a whole bunch of different patrons who the characters can use during the game. It's a really cool feature that I really want to use, so I think this is a good place to kind of give it a start. The patrons will have give you different assistants, they have perks, and they have assignments. And then there's a bunch of example patrons in the game. We know that they've got a sage here, which can be pretty much anything. What is our sage's name? His name is Edarin, the physician. Edarin, the physician. We got Academy, Ancient Being, Aristocrats, Criminal Syndicate, Guild, Military Force, Religious Order, and Sovereign. Let's go with I don't know, let's roll a D8 and find out, right? I don't really know which one I want to pick. I think he can fit into any of those. D8 random roll. So this should bring up our, oh geez, dice roller. Alright, here we go. Right, here's what's our D8 going to say. D8 gave us a 4. That's a criminal syndicate. Alright, so Edarin the physician is a member of a criminal syndicate. Let's go ahead and put some notes into our Edarin. Criminal syndicate contact. Okay, so here's what the criminal syndicate can do. Let's see. Let's learn a little bit more. Network of criminals employs the group. Full-fledged members in good standing. Here's a different syndicate types. So that's a D6 roll for that. Again, really cool book. Sorry I can't show you more of it. But let's see what we get here. A 6. Thought thieves. These psychic criminals infiltrate their target's mind to steal secrets and disguise their existence. Okay. This adventure is getting pretty wild. Thought thieves. Okay. Perks. Simon doesn't pay you directly, but assigns you to particular tasks. Someone hires the syndicate to perform a task, and the syndicate passes 85% of the fee onto your group. If the aim is to enrich the syndicate, you have the privilege of keeping. So maybe this syndicate owns the casino. Might be kind of a cool thing to have, like, these are kind of sketchy guys, but they've got good work and regular work. They've got contraband, fences, safe houses, syndicate-owned businesses. We'll look at those in a bit. The syndicate contact. Let's roll randomly to determine what our man Edarin does within the syndicate. That's going to be a D6 for our contact information. Alright, so Edarin, the physician, you know your contact in the syndicate has betrayed it, but they have enough clout and leverage that you don't dare cross them yet. Fascinating. Okay. Edarin is a traitor. Alright. And the rest of the stuff is probably good. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. Alright, so now we know a little bit more about Edarin. We've got our town of St. John, where the casino is. And Edarin, for whatever reason, their casinos have come up with a problem because they're giving out these cursed coins, or which they didn't intend to, but it turns out that it's actually a group of Grimlocks that's doing it. So Edarin, let's see, Edarin the physician takes note of the characters and approaches them. Read or paraphrase the following. Alright, so Edarin, so we're going to introduce the characters to this text here. Basically, we're going to write the introductory text for it. That's going to give characters kind of their marching direction for this adventure. Okay, so let's figure out what Edarin looks like too. So we're going to go back to the Dungeon Master's Guide here, and we're going to open up to chapter 5, which helps us come up with, or excuse me, chapter 4, which helps us come up with NPCs, and we can come up with different NPC appearances. So we know what he is, we know what he's done. Well, we don't know exactly what he's done, but let's take a look at his appearance. Dice roller again. If you look at page 89, NPC appearance table, it's a D20. We are going to roll an 11. He's got a birthmark. Let's have it be like a large birthmark on his face. A man with a large birthmark. A man a man wearing a green tunic approaches you. He has. Let's roll another one too. Give me something another 11. 12. Okay. His skin is deathly pale, not unlike the grayish hues of the undead. His gray eyes flicker with intelligence. And a large birthmark covers most of the right side of his face. Well met, travelers, he calls out, waving. I notice I don't mean to intrude, but are you all interested in work? Alright, so there is our start of our adventure hook, which we will be reading this to the characters. Let's go ahead and find a good way to do a quote. I don't. Whoops. Which one is it? Option tab. Oh. Ah, jeez. Alright, we'll just do a highlight. Okay. The man introduces himself as Edarin. Alright, so this won't be read to the players. Any character who succeeds on a DC 10 history intelligence history check immediately recognizes the name. Edarin is a man of is well known in the area as Edarin the Physician, a healer and sage of some repute. Okay, so there we go. Basically the adventure hook, we're starting there. They're in the village of St. John. They just started their adventuring careers and are likely eager to work. Edarin the Physician takes note of the characters and approaches them. As they move around town, then read or paraphrase the following. Edarin, if the characters agree to help Edarin, he continues. Answer Edarin in the affirmative, he continues. Recently, some friends of mine, casino owners, let's call them moneylenders here in St. John, noticed something unusual about the gold coins they were lending. They were cursed. What kind of curse, though? Let's see. Oh, I know. Anyone who took a coin and touched it could no longer bear the feeling of gold coins. In fact, it made them sick, like they'd been bitten by a bush viper. So, okay, so it basically, this curse gives the traits of poison to anybody anytime that they touch gold. I think that's pretty cool. They obviously found it as a curse because he's probably, since he's the physician, maybe he's got some clerical spells, so he could remove the curse. So we're already building out sort of this character that we want. Let's go ahead and make a note of that. He's a cleric that can at least cast remove curse. So remove curse is a 3rd level spell. He's got to be at least a 5th level cleric. I think that would make him a priest, which is NPC block. And I added in a little history check. I think it's always nice to put a really quick skill check in there. We were hoping that someone could find the source of the coins and learn who is planting the coins. If you can help us, I will pay you. What did they say that our criminal syndicate patron could do? He takes like what, 15% or something like that. Let's see. This is fun. This is a really cool book. Syndicate doesn't pay you directly, but assigns you to particular tasks on behalf of clients. Syndicate pass. Okay, so they get 85%. Other syndicates take more or less than a 15%. All right, so he and the gang will take 15% share. So we'll always make it like a. There we go. If you can find this information and bring it back to me. All right, there we go. That is our adventure introduction. Let's go ahead and we will highlight the rest of this here. I can't remember which color I did. Oh, that's a little darker than the other one, but you know what? We'll go one step down. Okay, it's still darker, but whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna stop it here for now, but basically what we've done is we have finished our adventure hook, and we learned quite a bit about, one, the name of the town where this is going to start. So we've got a town called St. John I created with Whatabow, and we learned about our main NPC patron, Adarin the Physician. We know kind of what he looks like now, and we know a little bit about his reputation, and we know that he works for a criminal syndicate. So next time what I will probably do is I'll probably create another section where the characters can find some clues, probably something really obvious that will lead back to the Morlock retreat. They have blind sides, so obviously they would use, maybe use the dark or something, cover of dark, to trade the money or something like that. But yeah, let's finish up here. Be sure to like and subscribe, and next time we'll join you for some more adventure writing. Peace.